your proposition's final summary and rebuttal, to be delivered by the first speaker for 4 minutes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I have 4 minutes and a lot of things to say, so I'll start with this. How do you follow a guy with a white tie? It's pretty nice. But even if that guy with the white tie was a suspected terrorist, we believe that the government has an obligation to try and extrapolate some information through psychological or physical harm that may occur to him. And that being said, of course I'm joking with you, don't worry. I have three themes that really came out of the round today. First one I'm going to talk about, should our people come first, and why? And secondly, I'll talk about does torture work, which has been like a pretty big thing. And lastly, I'll talk about morals, losing our humanity, all the things that Nicole talked about, and why we really told you here today it doesn't matter that much. First of all, should our people come first? Okay, so Nicole in her speech conceded today that a government has a duty to protect humanity, and she was really stating that government has a duty to protect its citizens by fighting terrorism in some form. But also towards the end of her speech, we heard Nicole say, and I quote, "We don't need to try to protect our citizens through torture." We don't believe that this is something that a government can simply stand by. We've told you here today, and Daniel told you here today in a very eloquent manner that was not refuted at all, that the justice system needs to look at this in a way as protection. These people can violate our laws, and in a sense, we have a duty as a government to protect these citizens. We have a duty as a justice system to protect these citizens. Our citizens should come first. This was never really addressed as being wrong by side opposition. It was simply like, it simply said that, oh, it wouldn't work. This large, huge issue that our citizens need to be the focus of our justice system, need to be the focus of our care from the government, was never really pointed out as being wrong by side opposition. It still stands. It is still a fundamental issue that falls on our side of the house. Secondly, I'm going to tell you, it does work. Side opposition came up here today. They gave you the examples of what was Algeria and a couple of other situations where torture didn't work. But we give you the example of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. My partner mentioned that. It was never said to not be right by side opposition. It still stands. If there is that one situation where there is useful information extrapolated from the use of torture, we believe that torture is a useful method. If it can save 1,000 lives by torturing this one person, it is worth it. And really, this hasn't been addressed at all by side opposition. We believe that it's something that falls entirely on our side of the house. We believe that all forms of this interrogation and investigation should be used in order to protect our citizens. And particularly, because the biggest issue was, does torture even work? That was the entire case line of side opposition that doesn't. We believe that it does. It worked in Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's case. We believe that so long as some information is extrapolated, it is good information. And this information should be used by the government. Lastly, morals. Nicole talked about losing our humanity. We did too, actually. Losing our humanity, that we're taking away the individuals, who these individuals are, blah, blah, blah. We believe, really, who cares? In the sense that we're helping our people, we believe that these people are secondary to the situation. Now, also, we've had a very interesting thing that was mentioned by Nicole, that torture goes on and it starts more harm, like going to waterboard someone 200 times, and it's not going to reveal anything. We believe if she picked this up from the media kind of self-regulates these issues. The media helps the government realize that, oh, we're going way too far with this torture thing. We need to step back and only do the minimal amount that gets this information out, which is to waterboarding, as she mentioned, I guess. We believe that in that sense it's completely self-regulating. A society isn't losing its morals. They also talked about it creates more terrorists. We believe that if these people, we also had opposition talking about, Daniel also mentioned this, these people are these extremists who want to harm our society, who want to do it harm. I talked to you about today that if these people are that way, then the government has this obligation to take out these non-government actors, to torture them, to make sure that our society can be protected, our citizens can be protected. It is for these reasons of justice that we beg